Story time. Charlie Kirk spoke at our church and I got to lead worship for it. Here's what happened. A couple months prior to the event, I get a text from my pastor saying Charlie Kirk is coming to our church to speak as part of his Turning Point USA faith thing that he does. Even though we're not a megachurch, we do get a lot of different speakers from different streams and backgrounds often. However, this was the first political person that we've hosted, at least since I've been here. To be honest, I was not thrilled. Our church is in Seattle. Also, at the time, I wasn't the most familiar with Charlie Kirk and his videos. I have seen a couple of videos like this.
Have I ever said that's racist? Oh, what? Can you name one thing?
How do you feel about being called a fascist? What's your opinion on that?
I don't care being lied about. What is a woman?
Who identifies as a woman?
You can't answer the question with the question.
I was afraid. So, I just tried to keep my thoughts to myself. Before I knew it, the day came. That Sunday started normal for me. I get to church at 6 a.m. We rehearse at 7. When Charlie Kirk arrived, he, his friends, and his security stayed in our conference room, which we made the green room. Again, we aren't the biggest church, so we don't have nice green rooms. He was pretty much there the entire time, except for when he came out to speak. He was watching the service on the TV in the green room, so he knew when to come out. I did hear that he and his team complimented our stream and our worship, so that's cool. I'll show more highlights of the worship at the end of the video in case you're wondering how we sounded. So after worship, we set up a couple couches. We wanted to go with an interview look between Charlie Kirk and our pastor. So my first impression of Charlie Kirk was he's a lot taller than he looks. But also, I was so impressed with everything he shared and his biblical knowledge.
Yeah, so first of all, I'm a Bible-believing Christian. It's the most important thing in my life. I gave my life to the Lord in 5th grade. So everything I do comes from my love of the Lord, love of His Word. And so another commonplace lie that some people will say is, well, the Bible doesn't talk about political matters. Well, that would be true if you don't talk about Joseph, Nehemiah, Jeremiah, Esther, Daniel. I want to be clear, I'm not a pastor, I'm not a theologian, right? I am a Christian who loves the Word and studies it every single day and takes it very seriously, not as beautiful literature, not as something that is nice, but as the Word of God, right? And so high school campuses, college campuses, I never thought I'd be in the church world. Anyway, so I got into this to strengthen the church, to wake up the church. I'll be very honest. I want to work myself into retirement in the church space. Not because I don't love you guys, but I want to be a temporary electroshock to the church, where the church wakes up and I can go back to the college campus thing. And the criticism I get is, well, Charlie, that's not the most important thing. I totally agree. It's not the most important thing. It's the second most important thing. The most important thing is sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ every single day. The second most important thing is making sure you could do the first thing. If you believe that Jesus is the King of the world, you have no excuse to be cynical or to give up. Ever. You could be nothing but hopeful and joyful and expectant.
And then here's my pastor asking ridiculous questions.
Basically, our government, Pastor Highland, is in possession of aliens, okay? And now here's my question. Is it possible that Ben Shapiro might be a biologic? I'm just kidding. No, we love Ben Shapiro. No, here's the question. Dude, I mean, right, you've all thought maybe, but probably not. Definitely not, but here's my question. Dude, what's happening?
Did I get to interact with Charlie Kirk? Yeah, no. My pastor did, and he had a lot of great things to say about him. So, across all channels, his Turning Point USA, Facebook, YouTube, our channels, the stream had over 30,000 viewers. We had some nice comments. We also had some mean ones. We had people leave our church, including one of my drummers. But our church believes in the Bible, so it was only a matter of time. In the end, I was so happy that he came. I wish I got to see how he worshiped, but he's pretty much stayed in the green room the entire time until he spoke and when he left. But I got to see firsthand that his faith was genuine and his love for God was real. So, what was it like? What was it like leading worship for Charlie Kirk? It felt very normal. I didn't change how I worship based on who was in the room. Maybe it was because it was at my home church and it was in our environment that it didn't feel that different. Granted, it wasn't like he was in the front row watching me as I led worship. I'm in this season where I'm slowly starting to lead for larger audiences, very slowly, which is a dream come true. But I've noticed that it really doesn't bring in any extra fulfillment. I really have to cultivate my personal worship off the stage and make sure that time between me and the Lord is prioritized more and more. Fun fact, I'm 1 day younger than Charlie Kirk, so we're pretty much twins. If you're new here, this channel is dedicated to my experiences and lessons I learned over my years of leading worship and building worship teams. If you lead worship, are part of a worship band, or want to be, you've come to the right place. Next week, I'm gonna post a video on how I got to review my latest song with a Bethel music artist, and we actually rewrote the song. Subscribe so you don't miss out.
When I found out I was going to a Pentecostal church, you know what I ask? I say, snakes or no snakes, flags or no flags?
Any given Sunday.
Are they going to try the resurrection thing? And I like, just let me know. It's fine, because if so, I just want to know what I'm getting into.
Hey, we don't try nothing.
Oh, there you go. See, that's right. I'm not even judging. I just want to know what I'm getting into, right? And I mean, again, I've spoke at 5 Point Calvinist Baptist churches where they've never laughed in the history of the church for 100 years.